The air grew thin as they climbed, the world below shrinking into a tapestry of green and brown. This was the final leg of the journey, the most dangerous part. Jagged cliffs clawed at the sky, their sharp peaks a constant threat. Raging rivers roared in the valleys, their currents powerful enough to sweep away even the strongest among them. And in the shadows, predators watched with hungry eyes, their movements silent, their attacks sudden and vicious. Every step was a gamble, every decision a matter of life or death. One wrong move, and it wasn't just our hero's life on the limit. It was the entire kingdom, the future of everyone he held dear. But he wasn't alone anymore. His newfound allies, a motley crew of creatures he'd met along the way, stood by his side. There was the wise old owl, who saw paths hidden to others, the swift river otter, who could navigate the most treacherous waters, and the powerful bear whose strength could clear any obstacle. Together, they formed an unbreakable bond, a small army driven by a shared purpose. They were a testament to the idea that unity could overcome any adversity. Our hero's courage was contagious, a spark that ignited a fire of determination in the hearts of his companions. Fear gave way to resolve. They weren't just running from danger. They were fighting for something greater, for their homes, their families, for the hope of a peaceful tomorrow. They navigated cunningly laid traps that tested their wit and agility. They battled rival factions, creatures who saw the dwindling resources not as a problem to be solved, but as an opportunity for conquest. They faced nature at its most unforgiving, blizzards that froze them to the bone, rockslides that threatened to bury them alive, and droughts that left them parched and desperate. Through it all, our hero led the way, his spirit unyielding. He was no longer just a lone wanderer. He was a leader, a symbol of resilience. His journey had transformed him, forging him in the crucible of hardship. And then, after what felt like an eternity of struggle, they found it. Perched on a high, windswept platea, bathed in an ethereal light, was the legendary grove of whispering leaves. The stories were true. Here grew the sun petal blooms, a miraculous plant with the power to replenish the soil and bring life back to barren lands. The sight of it was overwhelming, a wave of relief so powerful it almost brought them to their knees. They had done it. They had found the key to ending the famine. The one thing that could stop the war of Argan farming before it consumed their world. The war had raged for generations, a brutal conflict born from scarcity, turning neighbor against neighbor. This food, this miraculous bloom, was their salvation. But their celebration was short-lived. The relief was quickly replaced by a chilling realization. The journey was only half over. Finding the sun petal blooms was one thing. Bringing them back was another entirely. The path home was just as perilous as the one that had brought them here. Every predator, every rival, every natural hazard still stood between them and the safety of their kingdom. And now, they were not just travelers. They were carriers of a priceless treasure. The scent of the blooms, a sweet and potent aroma, would surely travel on the wind, alerting every enemy to their presence. They were marked. Worse still, whispers reached them of a new threat. The warlords of Argan, hearing of a potential end to their dominance, had dispatched their most ruthless warriors to intercept them. They would not let their power slip away so easily. An ambush was being prepared. The path back was now a gauntlet, a race against time with the fate of their kingdom hanging in the balance. The weight of their success was now a heavy burden. Could they make it back? Could one small hero and his band of allies outsmart and outfight the forces gathering against them? The climax was approaching, a final confrontation that would decide everything. The hope of a generation rested on their shoulders. Failure was not an option. The kingdom was counting on them. The final battle for their home was about to begin. Don't miss the epic conclusion in part 4. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for the grand finale.